I would like to know what is the state of healthcare in this region and any specific reason why you call him Dr. Chatterjee.
There is no healthcare actually. There is a small clinic-like thing which is from this village about 10-15 kilometers away. Earlier, like I mentioned, that there were no roads, so actually if somebody fell down or something, that system which we had of the chair, that's the emergency ambulance. That's the way they actually carry people. And now because there's a road, at least there's a road almost up to the village. If people do fall down or something happens to them, they can be driven but it's it's not like there is a very efficient transport service or anything. It's just a private transport service. So I know, like, while we were shooting people in the villagers used to fall ill and we would see them walking 10 kilometers to go to the clinic, So, and there was a Bengali doctor there. Bengalis are everywhere.
It was a good movie, but the children from the village, they cared for properly.
But did I care for them properly?
No, in the real life.
Okay, I'll tell you that's a very, very good question. It's really a good question. It's quite amazing because the children there, of course, they are really loved by their parents. There's no doubt about it. But the life itself is so hard. Most of them, 95% of the children who were going to the school there were in fact living away from their fathers. Their fathers were not with them. A lot of them, even their mothers were not living with them. They used to be living with grandparents or with uncles or aunties because that was the only school that they could go to. And because life itself is so hard over there, the women of the village are so busy all day with, going to the forest, getting the grass, getting the wood, looking after the cattle, that the children actually are very independent. Like that little boy, you saw this little boy, he has been living away from his mother since he was 4 years old. So he is used to getting up in the morning, wearing his clothes, having his breakfast and going to school on his own. His father is there, but he just does everything on his own since that age, and they just go to school on their own, they dress up on their own, they eat on their own, they come back on their own, and it's quite amazing. It's a very different life from the life that city children live because, city children, we take so much of care of our children and we are looking after each and every aspect of their lives. Those children just actually live very, very independent lives. So a lot of times, like, they actually have a bath only once a week. So on Monday, you will see them very nice and fresh with clean uniforms and everything clean.
This is a very good question he asked. Now, I wanted to know, are you planning to screen this film in a 100% school children in the school auditorium? So you will get more feedback and the interesting questions.
Hundreds of children saw the film, and that is meant for children from all over the country. In fact, children come there. Even our children were invited there by CFSI, so they in fact saw theatre for the first time, and they saw many other films also, many other children's films from other parts of the world also. And yes, definitely CFSI does show its films to many, many schools all over the country.
Have those children, as in who acted in the film, seen the film?
Yes, they were there in Hyderabad for the festival, for the Children's Film Festival. Okay. So they have seen the film. We have to have a screening in the village for their families and of course all the villagers. We'll be doing that in March because right now the weather will not permit us because we'll have to have outdoor projection. So we're waiting for March to do that. But the children were, yes, invited to Hyderabad and they saw the film there with audiences.
So what was their reaction?
The children in Garhwal and people in Garhwal, they're not very emotionally articulate. It's not like they're going, yay, we're really thrilled. They're like, So it's difficult. I mean, of course they were very pleased, very thrilled, because also they a lot of other children came to them, asked them a lot of questions. They had a lot of interaction. So of course they are very proud and very pleased. They love the film.